So we're in the master bedroom. When I'm staging, I have the rooms that I identify as rooms that are in the power zone. That is, they have the power to make or break the sale of your home. The kitchen is number 1, and the master bedroom and ensuite are number 2. So I'm going to have you focus your time and attention here because it's an important room, and it needs updating. So we see wallpaper. Wallpaper is public enemy number 1 when we're trying to sell a house. Now it is coming back in terms of interior design, but for staging a house, it's so personal, and because we want to appeal to as many people as possible, taking down the wallpaper, even though this is fairly neutral, is a good thing to do. So what we'll be doing here is painting the walls, and the walls will be painted to coordinate with the bedding, which that's at the top of my list, new bedding. Now I don't know in your new house if you're going to have the same bed or if you're getting a larger bed, but we want the master bedroom and ensuite to kind of feel like a retreat, a 5-star resort. Great for how we live every day, but not how we're going to sell the house. So a fun thing that you get to do is to find new bedding, something that you love, and then we will build the room around that. We'll have the colors come from our focal point, which will be the bed, and then we'll update our window treatments and our colors on the walls, and we'll just look again to kind of clean some things up and eliminate some of the things that we have in here so that, you know, like these are going to come down. We don't need them when we're staging, and I know you're going to take them with you, so we'll just go ahead and we'll bring those down. And then the bathroom is another issue when it comes to an ensuite. We need it to visually coordinate with the bedroom. The great thing is you've got very neutral tile. So what we'll do is we'll bring our wall color into that space so that we visually tie those spaces together. It's not a very large bathroom, but it is nice that you have a separate shower and the lavatory in here. So we're going to make the most of what you have. Unfortunately, we've got relatively neutral tiles. The one thing that we will be updating here is the fan and the light. You can see that it's kind of had its better days. It looks like the ceiling may have had, you know, some issues, so we're going to take care of that as well so that we can get as much out of this little bathroom as possible when it comes to selling your house. Here we are in Ryan's room, and I wanted to talk about kids' rooms because whenever you're selling a house, it always comes up. And I see this a lot where we have a beautiful themed kids' room. And my recommendation is always to neutralize this. I know it's personal and I know you put your heart and soul into it, but we are selling the house and I need to get it ready. And while the size of the room is terrific, someone is going to walk in here and they're going to say, whoa, this is going to take a lot of work. So I'd rather not have it be an issue. And we'll look here at our little penguin with Ryan's name. Now, when it comes to showing your home, one of the reasons that I want all personal pictures taken down, and I don't want anything with children's names, I don't want awards from their schools. If they're old enough to be in school, I don't want their athletic awards, is because we don't know who's coming into the house. And these days we have to be careful. There are all kinds of dangers out there and all kinds of dangerous people out there. So my recommendation is we'll just go ahead and to paint the entire room. That's really what I would love to see you guys do. Take the pictures so that you have them and he can see what his first room was like. But since you're selling the house and he's getting older, you may want to go ahead and update the theme anyways. So we can hopefully, you know, this is not my top priority, but it is on my top 3 priorities for you if we can get that done. And because of the strong colors that were used, you may very well have to at least prime over the blue, and then we can go ahead and we can take care of the rest of the room.
So as far as you were talking about the Ryan, what if we just painted over that, had a blue, but then kept the same theme to get the idea that it's a nursery?
Right. If that's all we can do, It's certainly better than not doing anything. But we still are sending this, when people come into the room, it's still sending them the message that there's work to be done. And because of the strong colors, I mean, you probably don't want to paint this room for the same reason that they don't want to paint the room, because you know what kind of work it's going to be. It's always better to do what you can to get the house move-in ready. Now, I know that there are time limits and there are budget limits, so we can do our priorities and try and get as much done as possible. But remember, our goal is to sell your house in the first 4 to 6 weeks it's on the market, because that's when our best pool of buyers come through.
Okay.
And so if we don't sell in those first 4 to 6 weeks, and let's say we haven't neutralized this, now it becomes an issue of it's additional homework, and now we're going to try and beg people to come through the house, because it really gets tough to get people in after that 4 to 6 week time period. So if possible, time and money permitted, we would go ahead and we would do this the first wave through.